Welcome back to MyGM in WWE 2K23. I am your host, attackslug. It is finally time at the end of week 2 for Hell in a Cell. And we have some decisions to make. Number 1 yesterday on the injury list is one Carl Anderson on the roster. Now, I could use my power card to reduce that 4 weeks to 1 week to finally finish the terrible feud with Grayson Waller, or I could pull the 90s Eric Bischoff. You're sitting home injured, guess what? You're fired. That's what we're doing here on the show today. So sorry, Anderson, head back to New Japan and give me that $6,000. All the best on your future endeavors. And now Waller, who has 18 stamina, can also sit here and do nothing because he needs more stamina. Let us see where stamina is at here. It is indeed Hell in a Cell, and we need to book some Hell in a Cell. And man, Razor's at 30, that's rough. That's rough. But we got Orton and Reigns at 50. Now, Sonya did increase the power card cost for me. And I really do want the pre-match physio for somebody, which should have been 15K. Now it's 30. Sonya, I hate you. I'm still buying it. And so importantly, over here in our roster, who is the biggest benefit here in terms of star power? I know you're thinking, well, it should be Razor or it should be Ilya. And while I do agree, I think having Roman Reigns, who's at 50 and finishing a level 4 rivalry, do the thing and not get injured is very important over our tag team division at level 1. So pre-match physio to Roman Reigns. Please don't get hurt inside Hell in a Cell. And if Randy gets hurt, he's out for 1 week. So we're covered there on most of these bases, right? In the meanwhile, logistics. I have another card for that, and that card is free crew booking confirm. And just to do it, back to Sonya here, let's double the cost. Actually, I'm sorry, no. That one has to wait because it doesn't say not on PLE. We're going to save that for the next Friday's show. And so, we book Hell in a Cell. We get our free road crew that costs 0. We can now buy lighting and effects on that for 50 grand. Costly, but still. I need it. I want it. It's mine. And then 10 to even get it in itself. And I can't get anything here in the advertising budget for ya boy. So, that means, obviously, your main event match is going to be Randy defending against a Roman title match. And of course, we're at Hell in a Cell. It's got to be Hell in a Cell. And that is very high stamina cost and a maximum quality boost. This should be 5 stars. If it's not, that's a problem. So this should be 5 stars. Now, what did Triple H want here? He wanted a run-in on one of the champions this week. Does that matter? Can I do that? Sure, I could do that. It's not going to matter, but we're finishing the U.S. title rivalry, which means opening the show for that U.S. title is indeed Ridge Holland and Akira Tozawa. We have pretty good stamina on both. I could actually give that a gimmick here, perhaps, but it's going to be down to how much will that cost me overall. We'll get there later, but it is for that U.S. title, and it is interference on behalf of Dexter Lumis. Oh, I always forget that because they added the mid-card championship after the game came out, that does not count as a champion. Only the world title and the women's title. I would hope in 24 it does. Let's open with the ladies. Now, I have to make sure that Brie does not win this matchup against Maurice. So the problem, if I schedule a run-in, that means I can't play as Brie to make sure she does not pull in Alundra Blaze and walk out with that belt. No, not happening. So yes, women's title opens the show here, and no interference. So nothing. So that being said, if I book that tag team business, even though we got some stamina issues here, if I say, hey man, a standard ass tag team matchup with Razor, with his partner, Razor and Seth the champions versus Rude and Ilya the challengers. Non-title, I mean, titles add more stamina cost, and both Ilya and Razor are not doing great, but the interference here, the run-in from Dexter Lumis onto the glorious Robert Roode. That still fails the goal. A run in here, which is dumb because it's Hell in a Cell. You shouldn't have one of those, but hey, it's Hell in a Cell. And say Lumis attacks, and now it's met. You know what? Fine. I don't care, but fine. And so, we have Holland and Tozawa level 4, and their stamina is in the 60s, so we'll see. And of course, finally finishing Escobar and Ivar, who are at, let's see here, pretty good stamina on a 98 and 73, so they can have something wild here on that match. But otherwise, we still have some charity here from the lovely Rhea Ripley. We'll do some charity here from Grayson Waller. And we have 2 empty spots on this card. Do we bring in anybody for the next cycle of PLE? All of the optional bonuses are locked in. Braun Strowman for 42K for 5 weeks. AJ, doesn't have an R in the name. 5 weeks for Jinder, yes. 5 weeks for Jinder. Let him not be hindered. And we do need another lady here, so 10 weeks, 48K for Indy Hartwell. That brings us down to 322 here overall, which is still, we're above a quarter mil, so I'm not that worried just yet. So let's pop those self promos here from both Indy and Jinder. They could use it in their popularity. So self promo from the modern day Maharaja, and there is our show for Hell in a Cell. Level 3, level 4, level 1, level 4, level 4. If I don't at least get second place here, then what's even happening in this show? Locking things in. 117 cost. Hopefully this show makes some money. And so I must make sure that Bree loses this matchup. Oh, I forgot to book more stipulations. Oh well, these things happen. I should have booked that Ivar and Santos at like an Extreme Rules or something crazy, and I didn't do it. So, look man, my brain only works so hard these days on a Friday. My apologies. So, Maurice just pin me, pay me. I'm out the company. I'm out the beardness. So just make it a win. I'm not fighting back. Like seriously. Maurice gonna fly! Maurice gonna fly! And there it is. And we're already at 9, so why don't I just sit here and say Bree mode and then leave? Peace! The winner, Maurice. And still, that match was a 4.5-star classic. Maurice gets the win, 4.5, there we go, continue. Grayson Waller gets us 3K with a good promo. Mid-card, Escobar and Ivar. It is going to be Escobar. In the end, 4 stars, amazing. Indy Hartwell gets 1 pop. Mid-card tag team, please don't get hurt. Anybody in this matchup. Oh please, oh please, oh please. 3 stars, it was good, and no one got hurt. Jinder Mahal, excellent promo. Mid-card, Holland and Tozawa finishing their rivalry. Wait, is that not for the title? Man, look, I forgot a lot of stuff here, but hey. Ridge with the win. 4 stars, yeah, if that had the title or it had anything extra on top of that, like a match title, it would have done better than 4 stars. That's on me. Rhea gets us 2K. I will get a thumbnail for this somehow, but obviously not here. I have to hit simulate because of the Loomis run-in for that power card. So, is what it is. Who is the champion? Randy retains. Legendary. 5 stars. Okay, SmackDown, how will you top that? We have Trish Stratus challenging Baszler for that SmackDown Women's title. Ending their rivalry. Trish, new champion, amazing 4 stars. Gargano promo, it was good. Extreme Rules, Olaf, Tony, Balor. And Tony, 1/2 of your tag team champions. On a show that has no tag team matches. And Tony gets the win. Tony D'Angelo, the new SmackDown World Champion. Sami Zayn, it was okay, 0. Bayley and Zoe finishing up their rivalry. Should be. It is Bayley. It was 4 stars, amazing. Call out promo, level 4 for those 2. The mid card, which has been consistently like 1 star, so yeah. And the jobber was ready for Asuka, 3.5. Huh? And now Drew, look, you just had to 4. Why do it twice? Main event Marseille in a backstage brawl versus Ricochet with an Aziz run-in and no title on the line because there isn't one. Marseille with the win, a 4.5-star classic. Will Alexa and Lita dethrone? Nope. Becky and Doudrop are still champions, 3.5. Trust me, it was 0. Jobber versus Jobber. And whenever I see Quinn B, I think of The Simpsons, Quinn B. But here we go. Giant Cruiser, which is fine, but the Giant wins, which is fine, but they're both jobbers, 1.5 stars. Stacy gets 0. Shanky and Angel, but non-title, and it is Angel with the win. It was good, 3 stars. And Shanky is out for 5 weeks. He's the champion of North America. Andre Chase, excellent, +3. Hold on a minute, playa. If John Cena is not the most popular on your show, and neither is Becky Lynch, who is the most popular on NXT? Meanwhile, Cameron Grimes gets the win over John Boy, 2.5 stars. And a backstage brawl main event, Karrion Kross, R-Truth. And it's Karrion Kross. And it was legendary. You got a 5-star on their first meeting. What? I can't do that. This is the cost of being on hard, I have to assume. Meanwhile, we open Falls Count Anywhere, Gunther and Logan Paul for the Hardcore title. And it is Gunther retains that Hardcore 3.5. Calling out, it was good. Mid-card, job guy versus job guy, like, what do you expect? And heel versus heel, what do you expect? Awful, a 0.5 star. Mercedes gets 0. Backstage brawl, Ivy and Nikita. Bruiser versus Bruiser, it's not a good face versus face, like, what are you doing here, bro? Okay, 2.5. How do you do Bruiser and Bruiser, face and face, and not get like 1 star? Only because backstage brawl. Calling out the Giants, it was okay. Butch versus DiBiase versus Sheamus, and non-title, mid-card, here we go. It is Sheamus, fella. It was okay, 2.5. Andre Boss gets 0, and I didn't want Uncle Howdy, so here we are, Priest, Howdy, Miz, for the WCW Heavyweight Championship. And Miz is champion because he hurt Ray. Okay, sure. Falls Count Anywhere. And it is Damian Priest, new champion. And The Miz out for 5 weeks. Even the King of Soft Style could not survive that matchup. Amazing booking for your boy. And I won the first one, tied the second one, lost the third one, won the fourth one, and tied the 5th one. So, we'll see. That gives us 167 in the fan change and made 40K. SmackDown does 152 in the fan change and they made negative 4,000. NXT did 124 and they made 17. And WCW did 110 and they made 34. What does that mean? Free arena booking for the next pay-per-view. Health Spa, +3. Somebody needs that. I think Razor needs that, like, this week. And now, number 2 in the ratings. But that is a 57,000 fan gap. It's going to take a little bit to try and even get to first place here in this playthrough at the end of week 2. SummerSlam in 4 weeks. Sting says game recognized game, playa. I got some work to do. You sure do, Stinger. Triple H says more call-out promos. I mean, yeah, if they actually worked most of the time, that'd be great. Sonya Deville. How did I pull that off? Well, it's pretty simple. I didn't run my superstars into the ground and had them get injured. I spent my cash wisely. That too. Words to live by. Nice job. Tozawa is ready to leave. I mean, we finished the feud and you aren't champion, so you're free to go. 100K bonus. Look. The power of Tozawa has run out. Nah. Just paid you like 49. Goodbye. Alright, so new feud for Ridge coming up. Escobar wants to be in a TLC match. I mean, that means hiring a new giant, I do think. So maybe keep that lucha happy. End my shakeup. Okay. Cash for cuts, 10K, increased injury, Fan favorites gain morale, and rule breakers gain popularity, or show quality increases when 3 or more different match rules. I'll take this one here with the morale, honestly. It's not a great card, but I'll take it. And there we go. Keep them all happy. And so the road to SummerSlam begins next week. I'm attackslug. Thanks for watching. More videos right here. I'll see you next time. And I'm out.